Fast forward, any more our channel so I'll say AG Politics Avenue. Podcast or set friend because big headlines. Ne Jemre na EDB Exumbo. Unia Ura ato Forson or ye for some for Emma or minor. Or baby no maybe so our energy sector wa. Ya Jemre na EDB Exumbo na or chese. Omoye nhwehwemu mahu se ekapa pa a unia ayek 700 million Ghana cedi ene ewo energy sector wa unia enye asem koto akra me no kasei bodwafo atraxe na omu ebo yenchiremu na mesrok se yembo inwura aye nsemimu na yenhwe ne ekọ ene de ba hye so am se hasi AG Politics Avenue
which is around 300 million. And we're telling you that between January and today, it has even accumulated to 500 million to IPPs alone and 200 million to the suppliers of fuel. And it's a reason we have written an RTI report to request for this thing.
For what?
And that was what they said.
What were you asking?
For the information that indeed they should tell us the debt that is there for the IPPs to be cleared and the fuel suppliers. So we did a press conference.
You wrote the RTI asking for updates on the debt. Yet you believe at the same time that it's 500 million.
Our checks and everything to point to the fact that indeed it is 500 million. And I told you that from the trajectory of even an independent media house saying that there was a 300 million as of January. And we're saying that our checks is that we have 500 million debt to the IPPs.
But the RTI is not about debt. It's about the one Ghana cedi. It's about the one cedi. That that's why I'm asking you the question.
I am saying that
the
if
RTI
you have watched
the D levy,
it is not. Wow. It is not the RTI by the deputy chief whip is on the one cedi Dumso levy.
Yes. No. So
there is an ITI by our energy members of the energy committee, which the MP for Overlook is spearheading. And indeed, there is an.
Is that new?
Yes, it's new.
Okay.
Well, did you listen to the press conference?
Yeah, I'm referring to that same press
conference.
Exactly.
So I'm saying
RTI is for the D levy, not for.
No.
Not for the.
The RTI is by Habib. And that is for D levy.
Which one too is D levy?
This one, the Dumso levy, the energy sector recovery levy, the one cedi. You understand?
I don't know if any D levy. I know there's a one.
I'm saying that.
That
RTI is separate from that press conference. That press conference, it was addressed by the members of the energy committee in Parliament,
right?
And they enumerated issues, and under it that they said that data available to us suggest that there is a 500 million debt with the IPPs and 200 million with fuel suppliers.
Okay, let me just.
And we will be happy that indeed the government comes to clear to tell us that indeed this is not true. That is one. Two is that, you see, when you talk about the general debt at
but our research team is just pointing to us that the finance minister still acknowledges that there's still an outstanding debt of 700 million. He's already acknowledged that.
So then it means.
No, but you said here that he told us he has cleared
all the debt.
So what I'm saying is that he said he has cleared debt as at December. You understand? It was December that he said he has cleared the debt, and he said 1.4 billion. And I'm saying that we are saying that the debt is not only to IPP.
Yeah, but this is coming from my joy online.
I'm saying that the entire debt is not for only IPP. The 1.4 that he cleared was not for IPPs.
I get that.
There are other debts that they are supposed to clear. The energy sector debt is not only for IPPs. It's not only just the IPPs that you pay the energy.
So if we should believe your figure, no, and Awal, come down when I ask the questions, okay? I'm just asking questions so that you.
Don't allow Awal to gaslight you with this. Using the match and pretend as though it's something.
At least it's not a baby boomer. Just allow it.
What are we talking about here?
No.
Hamza has raised a lot of issues. I want to even address those.
You use the whole whole time being a stammerer.
When you make
that's the whole problem. You been the whole time stammering.
Because he's interjecting me.
No, because you don't know what you are talking about. You don't even understand the sector you are speaking on. That's why you are being a stammerer.
That's true.
That's the whole point.
If you have, this is my question to you, and I will interject you. Okay, if indeed you have control over the figures,
why are you doing this to our?
How do we have control over the figures?
You said
we are in opposition.
No, you said you.
What we're saying is that our information.
But let me ask the question so that you respond. I'll stop Solo and everyone. My question to you is, well, if you are confident that the debt accrued now is 500 million, why are you still writing an RTI to seek for full disclosure on the 500?
Yeah, because the person holding the entire document is the Ministry of Energy.
Okay.
They will give. We are saying that we in opposition are raising issues. And the issues we are raising is that there are 300 million from January, and by now it has ballooned to 500 million to the IPPs alone. And there's another 200 million to fuel suppliers. Okay. And we have raised it in Parliament, say that this is it. So the government should respond or come clear. If the government is not responding, we write an ITI to get the information so that we put it out. But that's what we are doing.
The figure is higher than the 700 million already acknowledged by the finance minister.
The 700 million is not for IPPs alone. Check.
But that's what you just said. You said
I'm saying that the 700 million that was acknowledged by the finance minister. Yes. Did he say only IPPs?
Yeah, but it's making your point, isn't it? Because
it is not, because what
you said 500
I am talking about
going to IPPs, 200 to other issues. You just said that. If you add that, that's 700 million USD.
The 700 million USD he is talking about
is different.
It's not really what we are talking about.
Okay.
Because he said it is the energy sector debt legacies.
All right.
It is different. It is different, different from this one. Again, you see, when we took over in 2017, we felt that indeed there was huge debt, around $2.5 billion dollars. That was the debt we met, and we met the Energy Sector Recovery Levy Act. And we're supposed to implement it and take their monies. At that time, looking at the amount of money accrued, 2.1 billion, we will have to really get money to pay VRA and others so that we'll be able to really get the lights on. And that was the reason we had to collateralize the ESLA so that we can take that money to knock off and be able to really keep the lights stable. That was what we did. And again, you see, when we came, we met excess capacity that he talked about. That is true. You signed a take or pay agreement that every year we're paying over $500 million to capacities that were not generated within use.
I thought John Amewu had said he was doing away with the take or pay agreements. And that
how do you take away with how do you do away with all the takeaway? You can't do that. It's an agreement that we made.
But this was during your.
I'm saying that he didn't say that. He said we were trying to renegotiate.
That's
those
what
who
he
had
said,
not started,
those who had not
started will do away with those who had not started.
Right.
But those who had started, you can't do anything about it. That was the reason we had to do Amandi and other power plants for them to continue so that they will be able to bring it on. Every year at that time, we were paying $500 million to really idle plants that we were not using. Car power alone, we gave them over $300 million.
But you recall that you made an attempt. In fact, a delegation was sent to Dubai, I recall.
Yes.
To renegotiate.
Yes.
And you came.
That's not.
No, I know, but I'm talking about the take or pay you had challenges with during your tenure. You recall you returned from Dubai with.
This is not really take or pay. This is a Mary.
Okay.
Mary came in as an emergency plan.
All right. Okay. Let me.
You understand? So we felt that it was just on the high side, and we decided to renegotiate. It has nothing to do with the IPPs.
Okay.
And again,
let me just bring in Hamza, then I'll come back to you.
No, come back.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you giving all the time?
He wants to land. Let him land so that. Yeah.
I'm saying he said that we did not do a lot of.
No. So just
when we came in, our problem was not generation. We felt that it is distribution, and
why was it not generation?
Because
we resolved the generation.
You didn't resolve it. You didn't resolve it because at the time you were living, it was 3,700 megawatts of installed capacity that we met. So I should be interjecting him as well. Let me land. I'm saying that when we came, that was what we did. And again, we were able to really work and install bulk distribution points. The one in Pokwasi, is the biggest in this country, 504 MVA.
Okay.
And again, the one in Kaswa, and the one in Anwasu in Kumasi. So the distribution, we invested heavily in distribution, and we brought in the transformers and so on. So you see, the thing is that you give me opportunity to speak, but you interject me. You allow them to interject me, and you. How do I land?
Soga, you see.
Oh, calm down. Yeah.
Soga.
Okay.
No, but.
I know. Let's allow Hamza to also say a few words.
You see,
you are going to go back to him. When
Solo, I'll give you the time.
The interesting thing is that around this table, I'm sure that those who are monitoring us knows the political party that has a handle when it comes to our energy sector crisis, and the political party that clearly, as manifested even by one of their lead communicators in the studios, seem not to have an appreciation of that sector. So even if you do not have an appreciation of that sector, resolving challenges in that sector would be quite obvious, because you would not be able to resolve these challenges. And that is what has been manifested around this table. First of all, the minister responsible for energy indicated that as at last year, 2025, we had paid in excess of $1.4 billion to the energy sector debts, as far as the debts are concerned. These are the facts. It was not stated anywhere that we had been able to retire all the debts in 1 year. Clearly. That is why my brother was being a stammerer.
Yeah, but he says that the finance minister had cleared.
No, but you just indicated that even the finance minister and even their own press conference held by the minority, they are not claiming that the finance minister had indicated that he had cleared all.
Awal is saying that.
It is Awal who is projecting these lies. And that's the point I'm making. It's an obvious lie.
No.
That's one. Two, you need to appreciate the constraints within which even government found money to do so. We have done so at a time that we're even still locked out of the international capital markets because of the reckless management of the economy by then. Government had to look within, had to cut excess expenditure, fine-tune government expenditure to be able to retire these debts in a matter of 1 year. When they were faced with a similar challenge in 2017, they had to rely on loans through the collateralization of ESLA to raise 10 billion.
Yeah, but he just justified that to you.
Please. They had to rely on, what's the name, ESLA, that John Dramani Mahama created as a foresight solution to our energy sector challenges. For 30 years, to be able to raise 10 billion. We have not gone to any international capital markets. We were able to raise that $1.4 billion internally in a matter of a year. Prudent management of the economy, even reflecting in the way we are dealing with the cost as far as the energy sector is concerned.
But if you build up 1.4 and you still owe, as they're saying, minorities say now, 500 million.
Don't let us engage in pedestrian analysis.
You don't agree with what the minority is saying.
Listen.
From the minority in parliament.
The minority is saying that we still have about 700 million Ghana.
So if you offset 1.4 and you still owe 700, you've undone.
What are you talking about?
That's what they're saying, 700.
And that is the point I'm making, that I have not heard them.
We ain't some who to me cause what channel so. Mammy and I was a sew jim re ewa. That's an over in the Dumbi Edumania, Eberson Asia.